Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Talking Pigskin Week 13 edition. I know it's a Saturday morning. I usually get these videos up by Wednesday or Thursday night, but however, since we didn't have any games on Thursday night this week, I decided to wait a little bit and do the video Saturday morning. Also, nowadays you don't know who's going to suit up to play, especially with the COVID protocols and all this testing. So I found it's better to do it right before game day, just so you have a better understanding what can happen on Sunday. Last week I went 2-3 with my Thanksgiving picks. Not that great. A lot of upsets, which is great for the football. But you know, you tend to be. I like to be right on these things, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. But anyways, let's jump to Week 13 picks. And the only early game I'm gonna talk about is the Cleveland Browns going to Tennessee to take on the Titans. They're both 8-3. However, the Titans 8-3 is a much better record based on their schedule as opposed to Cleveland being 8-3. I can't think of a signature Cleveland win outside of beating Indianapolis back in week 2 or 4, I believe. Can't really think of it. Baker Mayfield is not that great. We all know that. However, they have the best backfield in the NFL right now with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt running the ball. And going up against the Titans, it's going to be ball control because you got two running backs on the Cleveland side, and then you have Derrick Henry, who can literally maul any defense at this point at will. So it's going to be a very good ground and pound game for both teams. However, on the air, Ryan Tannehill is a better passer than Baker Mayfield, and Ryan Tannehill has slightly better weapons at this point just because only Jarvis Landry and I can't think of the tight end's name in Cleveland, but outside of those two, I don't really know much of their skilled players. A.J. Brown's been playing well. Corey Davis, Jonnu Smith, they're all doing well. I think at home, Tennessee will take care of business and move to 9-3, and Titans win. And then we have a couple of 4 o'clock games that I want to talk about. The first one is the 7-4 LA Rams taking on the Arizona Cardinals, who are 6-5. This is going to be a tough matchup. I think I'm picking all NFC West team games this week just because they're all great. The Rams, I just don't know what to think of them anymore. They go on the road to take down Tom Brady and the Bucs 2 Mondays ago, and they go to San Francisco, or San Francisco came over to Los Angeles, and they laid an egg. I don't understand. So you up your game against your competition, but when you play against an inferior team, you don't show up. I don't know what to think of Jared Goff. By no means I think he should be benched because I don't even know who the Rams' backup quarterback is. But he needs to play better. He's very hot and cold, and that's not a good sign for the Rams when they do advance to the postseason. Sean McVay's got to figure that out. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, and all those boys, second-ranked defense, they're doing their job, but offense got to turn it around. On the other side of things, we have Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals, who are 6-5, who are basically this year, they're just trying to find or figure out how to win football games because they're a young team. Outside of Larry Fitzgerald, it's most of the players are young. Kyler Murray, the second-year quarterback, he is slowly becoming on his own. So it's going to be a tough game for them to win. But I think at home, with the last 2 losses coming against them, I think this is when they turn it around. I think Arizona will win at home and move to 7-5. Next game we have is the 4-7 New York Giants traveling to Seattle to take on the 8-3 NFC West leading Seattle Seahawks. Now, why am I picking a Giant game when they have a below 500 record? The Giants started 0-5, and now they're 4-7 and in first place of NFC East. Granted, you don't need to win many games to win that division. However, the Giants, Joe Judge has been doing a very good job, and they clearly turned it around. The defense has been playing very well. Daniel Jones hasn't been terrible, although he is doubtful going to tomorrow. Colt McCoy will get the start. I think it's a better option for the Giants to go with Colt McCoy just because going to Seattle is going to be a tough game. Why don't you just let Daniel Jones rest up and then have him ready next week when they play the Cardinals, I believe. So either way you look at it, I don't see the Giants winning this game. But the Seattle Seahawks coming off an easy win on Monday night against the Eagles. They're 8-3, primed to win that division. The defense has been all right the last couple of weeks. Not great, but they're starting to play better. Russell Wilson, what can we say about him? The guy just knows how to win games. The Hawks at home, they'll win easily. Next game we have is a Monday. We have 2 Monday games this week. The first one is a 4 o'clock game, Washington football team at Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are undefeated, 11-0. However, watching them on Wednesday, matinee football, something felt incomplete because the Ravens were depleted, both sides of the ball, and Pittsburgh just couldn't put them away. Yes, they're undefeated, but are they a complete team? I just don't know. But here comes Washington football team, who are 4-7, tied with the Giants for the first place of NFC East. They haven't been playing terrible under Alex Smith. So they went into Thanksgiving against the Cowboys and blew the team out. None of us expected that. Good for the team, but Alex Smith, he's just playing as a game manager now. I mean, he always has been a game manager, but now he barely passes the ball, relies on Antonio Gibson, hopes McLaurin and Logan Thomas will get open and get the ball out to them. And the defense has been playing well. I think they have the 10th ranked pass defense. Ron Rivera clearly has turned that program around. Benching Dwayne Haskins was the right thing to do for this team. I think this game will be closer than what most people think. However, I just think Pittsburgh has too much firepower compared to their football team, and they will win that game and remain undefeated. The last game we have is the Buffalo Bills taking on the San Francisco 49ers, who are 5-6. The Bills are 8-3, sitting pretty atop of AFC East. I believe they'll still win the division just because the Dolphins, I don't think they'll catch up to them. The Bills have been great this year, and as we all predicted, that once the Patriots take a backseat in AFCs, the Bills were primed to take over the division, and here they are. Josh Allen has been playing well. The offense has been clicking on all cylinders. The defense has been a little shaky at times, but they haven't had a complete meltdown just yet. They quickly recovered from the DeAndre Hopkins Hail Mary catch, so good for them. I think at San Francisco, Kyle Shanahan, that team plays hard for him. Say whatever you want. Whenever this team is depleted, they're never out of a game. Nick Mullins has been playing well. That defense, with all those losses, they're still competing hard. This will be a close game, but I think at the end, Bills have too much firepower to pull it out, and the Bills win. So there you have it. I have the Titans, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the only team on the road, Buffalo Bills. Let me know what you guys think of this picks, and I'll see you guys next week with Week 14. Thank you.